Please hit the like and subscribe. Okay.
Okay, I've said this many times. So, did people say, they say, Kevin hates his brother Neil, and
Right.
it's like when the whole thing started, like the first time I went on Opie and Jimmy, and I was talking about my brother, and Florentine was there, and Florentine's like, "Oh, the fans are gonna love this."
Yeah.
And I texted Neil. I go, Neil, I kind of threw you under the bus a little bit today to sell some tickets at the Stress Factory, and then he went nuts. And then I was like, fuck him, fuck him. And then,
Wow.
and then it just, and now it's, it's taken a life of itself. So my point is, is that what happened with you and black people? Did it start out as like a bit at the Opie and Anthony, and you and Patrice would fight about, and you and Bill Burr would fight, and then it just took a life of its own?
I don't know. I think
it got bigger and bigger, and then you got to a point of you couldn't turn back.
No, I know you're right. It was just the point of no return. I reached the event horizon, the precipice.
No, you can't go like, hey, well, I was at work. I really love black people, and you're sitting around.
I honestly, there are times I'll sit and go, where did this all come from? And I think back, I think my dad had a lot to do with it. My dad used to say some pretty bad things about African Americans. That was when they were called Afro Americans, I think. But and then I remember being like 6 years old, and my brother was about 7, and we set a hill in our development on fire where there was a horse stable and stuff, and we set it on fire, and the fire department showed up, and we're standing there, and a fireman was picking me up because I was 6, and he goes, "Did you see who did this?" 6 years old. I said, "Yeah, it was Negroes. Negroes did it." So, dude, genetics, DNA. How at 6 would I automatically know, blame it on black people back in the 60s?
And you've been doing it for the next 50 years.
And I made a career out of it. I've ruined a career over it.
Black people did it.
Yeah, it just was. Yeah, black people did it at 6 years old. So I don't know. Maybe my dad was just going around the house since I was born, just saying, "Oh, these black people." Not using that.
Laugh when they found out what you said? Did your brother and your dad laugh when you told them, or were they there?
No, they weren't. My brother was there, and I don't even know if he backed up my story. At 7, he's looking at me going, "Geez, what a piece of shit my younger brother is."
And that's what they're trying to they're trying to help black people, right? The 60s and 70s.
Oh, it was big. Yeah. But who knows? In that neighborhood, I might have been responsible for the death of a black person. I'm sure, Elwood in Northport, Long Island, probably found a black guy and took care of business.
They bring you into the police station. There's like 5 black guys up on the thing.
Yeah, that's him.
It's number 2. And they didn't have the DNA and all that stuff. So they didn't need a great case against a black guy back then. Just young kid going, "That's him. That's the Negro that did it."
Yeah, and that's I hear these stories about the 1800s and shit. And you're like, "Oh yeah, people were lynched and put in jail and illegally executed." And it's like, well, they had a witness. It was like, oh, what if it was just a black person did it? I'm sure it had to have happened.
Jimmy Norton is married.
Yes, to a transgender woman.
And Gavin thinks some people, these people suffer from mental illness. What's your take? What say you?
Yeah. I think that, and I've said this before, Jimmy even had this his wife as a girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever the fuck. I think that the vast majority of transgender, especially these men that think they're women, I think the vast majority are mental patients, mentally ill. We shouldn't even give them any mind. They should be in institutions. But there is probably a very, very small percentage.
And luckily Niki is in that small percentage.
I guess, look, if you're kind of passable, if you come off, you're dainty like a girl. Like if you put a dress on and just started saying, "I'm now Kathy. I'm Kathy Brennan." I'm Kathy Brennan, fucker. Like people would go, that man's a mental pit. They kind of say that now, even without the dress.
Without the wig.
Yeah, a nice wig, sure. But you wouldn't pass. You would come off as a nut. There's a certain thing that I think there are people that, and I think it is a mental issue, but it's different than the nut job mental issue that a lot of these fucking men that put on a dress and say they're women are going through.
And they want to get into swim meets and stuff.
Yeah, shit like that. Gavin, I think Gavin thinks all transgender people are mental patients. And, I don't think I'm far off from thinking the same thing, but I think there are these very, very few anomalies like, a unicorn or something.
Cumia, sit down, Zuma. Cumia, how come the best comics in comedy love me, including your boy Norton, but you and all your no talent ball watchers like Carl, Chrissy, Bill Schultz don't. Carl blows, Gino stinks, E-Rock is terrible.
All right.
Who do you who Carl blows, Gino like it's like fuck, marry, kill. Carl, Gino, or E-Rock? Who has the least amount of talent between Carl, Gino, and E-Rock?
Carl, Gino, and E-Rock. Comedically, probably E-Rock. He's not like a comic or anything.
Is E-Rock a buffoon?
No. E-Rock I think he's a little spectrumy. E-Rock has some great talents besides eating that I think translate well into a geeky, nerdy podcast that he does. But it's not for everybody, obviously. But and this, like, how come comics and comedy love me, including your boy Norton? It's not. See, there's a difference between loving someone and just not really paying them any mind. In this universe of the Dabbleverse, Chad is kind of an asshole guy. People don't like him. And it's like, well, you guys don't like me, but look at these guys love me. They don't love you. You're just there. You're just there. It's like saying you love a fire hydrant. You walk out and you're there. You just don't see it. You don't notice it. You don't care about it. But if you go on a show where their show is based on hating fire hydrants, then you're going to think everyone hates you. So,
yeah, there is an element of professional wrestling here. And Chad's like a professional heel.
Yeah. All these guys are a little narcissistic, if you ask me, too. It's like you live in a little Dabbleverse bubble, and the people that shit on you, you really think they care enough to shit on you. No, it's, I got 5-10 minutes left in a show. I got to put something up there. Oh, this guy's a douchebag. He's not front and center in my world, even as far as the Dabbleverse goes and the various podcasts associated with all of us. I don't really think of it. Here's what I kind of know about him from other people. He's really dumb. He's not funny. And
one more.
And he's broke.
Oh yeah, the trifecta. AC, I have no issue with the N's or the J's, but what do I have an issue? I do have an issue with saying Shuli's funny. Thoughts on Transformers and restrooms?
Oh, yeah. Well, we all have our different tastes in comedy. Especially when I do the Shuli show, I find myself laughing my ass off, as the saying goes. As far as trannies in the restrooms, no. But here again, I think Jimmy's wife can walk into a ladies' room and no one's going to say anything. No one's going to be like, get that man out of the restroom. I think that's a good litmus test. If you could go into a ladies' room and no one fucking even gives you a look because you're a man in the ladies' room, then I think you could use the restroom. There, I've said.
I forgot what I was going to ask you. Oh yeah. Since you like young gals, we all know your affinity for young gals. When you
5 now,
huh?
My girlfriend's 35 now. We've been together for many years. So
yeah, but you're still almost twice her age.
I had a rep. That is true.
Were you twice her age when you guys met?
No, I think she was 23.
So you're more than twice her age.
20. Well, that changes, doesn't it? You don't
No,
always
it does,
think
but when you meet, you're twice her age, and then eventually she'll catch
Yes.
up to you.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
eventually she won't. She'll be more than, because now she's 35 and you're not 70. So, but
Right,
before when
right.
you met, you were twice her age, right?
You're a math whiz.
I really am. I do a lot of math with my free time.
Absolutely. I was twice her
Okay, so
age.
that's good. That's good. I think that all men should seek someone like that.
I think you're right.
The flip side, when you do events with Carl and you see his wife, are you disgusted? Do you want to just go, "Tuh,
No.
sick"? He's a sick man. He's hiding something.
I have been out with Carl and his wife. We have gone to we went to Disney when we were down in Florida together with Missy and his wife and Carl. I had a great time. She is a very, very sweet lady. And
did she give you some butterscotch candies?
Is that the gag?
That's what all women do. They always have butterscotch.
They bring out the little Werther's originals of Werther's original.
Yes, sir.
For Christmas, they give you ribbon candy that cuts your mouth.
Motherfucking hit the like button on the Doom thing. God damn it.
And be like, hey, yeah.
Fuck Doom. Doom fucking sucks. Doom never includes me in anything. He's a
piece of shit Doom, loser Doom, dipshit Doom.
When I'm Doom, I'm stupid. I'm a dumbass. My name's Doom. I ain't got nothing to do except troll.
No wonder why they call you Doom.